History teaches us many lessons, but over time they are often forgotten. The Holocaust, a significant event in recent history, taught us many lessons that must not be forgotten. The Holocaust, a Greek word meaning sacrifice by fire, is typically used to refer exclusively to the greatest genocide of all time, that of the Jewish people by Hitler and the National Socialist Party of Germany. It all began when Hitler and the Nazis came to power in 1933. Things continued smoothly in Germany for about 18 months until the passing of the Nuremberg Laws, a set of laws designed to restrict the rights of the Jewish citizens living in Germany. This began by taking away certain relatively minor freedoms, such as that of being able to marry non-Jews, and also take up professions such as teacher or doctor. But as time passed, it got worse. In 1938, the Nazis began to encourage attacks on Jewish people and businesses. Then in 1939, Jews were rounded up and forced to live in ghettos, small walled-off communities inside of major cities, where only Jews were allowed. But it got worse for the Jews. In 1941, Germany began invading the Soviet Union, and, at the same time, instituted the final solution, which was the systematic killing of as many Jews as possible. 6 million of the 9 million Jews living in continental Europe at the time were killed, making it the worst genocide of all time. Many see genocides as a thing of the past, the likes of which would never occur today in our civilized world. However, this is not necessarily true. Germany at the time was considered one of the most civilized countries in the world, and yet was the one to cause the greatest genocide in history. And though we may say never again in reference to genocides, there have been multiple since the Holocaust. First Bangladesh, then Cambodia, East Timor, Guatemala, Bosnia, Rwanda, and Darfur, Sudan, the latter of which is still occurring today. And if we are to carry out these famous words of never again, we must know how genocides actually occur. The Holocaust, like all genocides, began small with a politician, namely Adolf Hitler, blaming the Jewish or another chosen targeted community for a country's problems, in Germany's case, its economy. They then begin passing laws which slowly restrict the rights of these people, and eventually end up simply killing them outright. If this process is spotted early enough, it could potentially be possible for the people of that country to do something about it. However, in the case of Germany, this did not occur. But the problem is not entirely within the country committing genocide, it is also partially the fault of those around it. During the Holocaust, many Jewish people cottoned on to what was happening and began to try and flee the country to go elsewhere. But other countries simply would not accept them because they didn't particularly like them either. This is the same with all genocides, where people realize what is happening but can do nothing about it, and it is our duty in freer countries to try and do whatever we can about it. In the immortal words of Mr. Edmund Burke, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing.